Welcome to the Sangha House and our meditation YouTube channel. Somebody has contacted me from out there in Taunton, a young lady called Samantha, and she wants to take up meditation during the next coming months, and she wants to know how to do it. So I thought in this show, instead of diving in deep with Buddhist thinking, we'd look at the basics of meditation. So in the first half of the show, we're going to examine, well, basically how you set yourself up for it, for a successful meditation. And then in the second half, how you sustain your practice. That's the tough bit, actually. It's a little bit like taking on anything new. When you first engage with it, you get all excited, and then the enthusiasm wanes. So we're going to chat a little bit about that. But first of all, how do we do it? How do we do meditation? How are we going to be successful at it? Well, there's a question, success. What does that mean in meditation? It means many things for different people. A lot of people who come to meditation are just looking for a nice way to chill out and relax and de-stress. And it will certainly do that. It is very effective at calming the mind and calming the body. Some of you, though, may want to take it forward as a spiritual practice. And I don't mean Buddhist. You can have any spirituality and still use meditation. I run retreats, and I often get Anglican priests coming along to my meditation retreats because, let's face it, if there's any better time to listen to the Word of God, it's deep in meditation when the mind is entirely open. So yes, you can use it as a spiritual practice. So practicalities first. When and how? Well, first of all, the when. You need to find a time in your day where you're fairly confident you're not going to be disturbed. A good friend of mine, she was a teacher and a very, very busy life. She had kids. The only time she could find was at lunchtime, and she was a teacher, so she was at school. So she used to have to go out to the car park and sit in her car and meditate. Nothing wrong with that. Nice, quiet place. Worked very well for her. So you kind of have to figure that out for yourself with your own heartbeat of your life. You know, are you a morning person? Is your mind particularly awake and open in the morning, or perhaps in the evening? You just have to experiment. My personal practice is a little bit strange, so I have found that 3 o'clock in the morning is my time. So I wake up at 3 and do about 40 minutes meditation, then go back to bed. I'm not suggesting you all do that. Lots of Buddhists do. It's a very good time. The mind is in a particular state. Sitting. So you'll have seen people doing meditation, I don't know, on mountaintops in full lotus. There's no need to do that. You do need to be comfortable. It is so important. You don't want your mind being distracted because your feet are falling asleep, because you're sat in cross-legged position, for example. So there's nothing wrong with sitting on a chair. Find a chair, a seat, or a cushion that is comfortable, that you can really relax into. Most importantly, you want a nice upright spine. Now that's really important. It's not stiff, it's not rigid, but it's gently upright. And to achieve it, what you can do is tune into your sitting bones when you're sitting, and just move the upper body gently forwards and backwards and side to side until you find that point where the body just kind of naturally settles and balances over the sitting bones. And then you let the head float up a little as if you're being drawn up. That's a very good posture for meditation. It brings in a sense of intent, presence and purpose into the posture. And that in turn brings a freshness into the mind. Certainly my mother used to say to me, "Andrew, sit up straight, you'll think better," when I was doing my own work. And she's absolutely right, of course she is. I wouldn't tell her that, obviously, but Yes, so a nice gentle upright spine. Obviously, clearly, you want to make sure you're not going to be disturbed, so don't have your electronic gadgets in the room with you, or turn them off. Meditation itself, many purposes, but there are a few key things. The meditation I practice is Buddhist, so we're using pure awareness. We're driving the mind to let go of thoughts and just be in a place of pure awareness. That's difficult because we get so used to paying attention to our thoughts. But gradually you learn a habit of just letting them go, of not letting them run their rules over you and drive your thinking. You just let them go. So we're going to try this now. We're going to start with a body scan. I always start with this meditation because it really brings you into the present moment. I'm going to talk you through it. So first of all, I'm going to play some music. While I'm playing that, why not have an experiment with your sitting posture? Just find a comfortable posture. I know it's tempting, but I wouldn't suggest lying down. If you're going to actually do meditation rather than sleeping, then lying down really activates the sleep systems. Obviously, if you want to use this show to go to sleep, that's absolutely fine. I am fully aware there's lots of people out there that do exactly that, and that's okay. But if you want to meditate, you want to be seated. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so Samantha wrote in asking about how to meditate. We've just had a little preamble about how to set it up. We're now going to do our first meditation. So Samantha, I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so settling down into your seat and just gently close your eyes and have your gaze ever so slightly downcast as if you're looking slightly below the horizon. First of all, just tune in to your experience of the space around you, so you'll hear gentle sounds coming to you. And you just let them come passively. Try not to identify them even. Just let them come. You feel the space and you feel the earth underneath you. And now here, you can make a gentle intent that for this short time you're going to stay with the practice, a practice of pure awareness. You're going to try and let go of thoughts, and even if thoughts invade and take you away, you're just going to come back to the present moment, little by little, developing that habit of pure awareness. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. On the out breath, a feeling of letting go. So we're going to start with a body scan. I'm going to talk you through the body little by little. And as I do this, you're looking for three things. Pure awareness of sensation, what you can actually feel. You're looking for tension so that you can let it go. It's amazing how much tension we hold in our bodies. You just let it go. And you're watching out for the influence of mind in whatever way it comes. Certainly thoughts. You might suddenly remember a worry you've got, or expectations of what you think you should be experiencing in the meditation. Perhaps even judgment, I can't feel very much, I'm not very good at this, that sort of thing. These are all mind. We let them go. and we just experience pure sensation. With thoughts, the earlier we can spot them enter the mind, the easier it is to let them go. Think of them like little seeds of thoughts that start to grow in the mind. Just let them go. Okay. So take that awareness down into your feet. Feel your feet. What can you feel inside? In the muscles and the ligaments. Even here, see if you can soften the feet even more, letting go of tension. Out on the surface of the skin, you might feel tiny little sparks of experience or energy. Little tingling sensations. That's life. Enjoy it and feel it. Life. Beautiful. And we take the awareness across the soles of the feet, feeling all the time. Up over the heels. And then up through into the ankle bones. Letting go, softening, experiencing. Nothing else is needed. If thoughts of outside life come in, it'll still be there at the end of the meditation. So you might as well just be here. You're not going to solve problems in the next few minutes. So you might as well let them go. We travel up now into the shins and the calf muscles, easing out tension, and then up into the knees. They're complex things, knees. See what you can find as you explore them. The different parts, the kneecaps and behind the knees. Then we travel along the thighs and the hamstrings, feeling perhaps the resting of the hands on them, and up into those sitting bones, letting go into the seat. Now we can become aware of the pull of gravity of the earth pulling us down into the seat, and relax and give in to it. This way we feel the solid, still nature of the earth underneath us. And we can let that reflect back into the body, bringing that sense of stillness in. As you settle down, let the head float up. Feel that sense of purpose come into the posture, and perhaps reiterate that intent to stay with the practice while the mind is fresh. Now let's take a look at the heart space. Sometimes emotion arises in the heart, even in meditation. Often the start, the seed of a thought related perhaps to a problem or challenge in life appears in the mind and triggers emotion. We must then work hard to just feel the heart, feel the energy of it. What does that emotion feel like in the heart space? And stay away from thought. When the mind encounters emotion, thoughts kick in, trying to explain or understand or justify. We notice that mind behaviour and let it go. We feel the heart in exactly the same way as we felt the foot. How does it feel? What's going on? Don't even answer those questions with thoughts. Literally, just experience. Imagine you don't even know the names of your emotions. All you can do is feel. This is how animals work with emotion. We humans have the gift of language. It makes things way more complicated. Now we're going to come up to the shoulders and let go of any tension, softening into it. We run our awareness down the arms and down into the hands and the fingers. Lots of sensations in the hands. We might be able to feel the bones in the fingers if you really tune in. Now we soften and let go in the face. Just easing out that tension. Gentle smiling aspect to the face. As we explore it, we can explore inside the face. Find the tension and let it go. Perhaps feel the weight of the eyes in their eye sockets, the teeth, the tongue. So now bring all of this together, all of this experience, the entirety of your body sitting in your space. Connected to the earth through the seat. You feel your space around you. You feel your emotions in your heart. You are now thoroughly in the moment. Don't let thoughts take you away from that. When they come into the mind, just smile at them and let them go. Right now, you're just being here. Nothing else is needed. Just sitting, just being. So, I hope you enjoyed that meditation. That introduced you to this idea of just being thoroughly present. And if it's the first time you've experienced that, you might have felt a sense of deep contentment. When we bring ourselves thoroughly into the present moment and encourage the mind to let go of thoughts, all we're left is with a state of contentment and kind of a blissful feeling, really. So I hope you found some of that. And actually, early days of meditation can be very, very thrilling, and we really want to crack on and delve deeper. But inevitably, after a while, we get used to it and our practice wavers. So how do we sustain our practice? Well, a good friend of mine, Gelong Tubton, he's a monk. He's a Tibetan monk. And what he advises is we start to approach meditation in the same way as we clean our teeth. So I'm sure all of you clean your teeth. It's good practice, dental hygiene. And each morning and each evening we clean our teeth, we scrub away. And I don't know about you, but when I look up after cleaning my teeth, I don't expect to see a dazzling Hollywood smile gleaming back at me. It'd be nice if it did, but I know it's not going to. But I still clean my teeth because it's good for them, that maintenance. We should approach our meditation in the same way. We're not going to have startling experiences every time we sit down and meditate. Actually, in the early days, we do tend to make a lot of progress. I remember, 30 years ago when I first came to meditation, it was so exciting. But all these years later, quite often my meditation, there's not much happening really. I'm just sitting here present. But I still do it because it's helping maintain that mental health of the mind. The other thing to do is not to see meditation as some kind of therapy. Lots of people see this and they say, I'll only use it when I'm stressed or anxious. But I'd ask you this, physical, in terms of physicality, would you go for a run if you had the flu? I'd hope you wouldn't. We tend to do physical exercise when we're fit and strong, and that actually helps maintaining our physicality for when the tough times hit. Maybe a virus comes along, but our immune system is boosted by our healthy body. And we should see our minds in the same way. So actually, when we're mentally strong, that's the time to practice our meditation, because we're building up that mental resilience to survive against the stress and the anxiety of the modern world and not let it interfere with us, not let it rock our boat. I hope that makes sense. So, when are you going to meditate? You're going to meditate right now, every opportunity, when you're mentally strong. The other one that comes up is people say, well, I'm just too busy. I'm just too busy to meditate. There's a great old Zen saying, and it says that so people generally should meditate at least 30 minutes a day. That's the advice. But busy people, they should meditate 45 minutes a day. And actually, there's some truth in that, because what you will find is the more you get into meditation, the more time you discover you've got. And the reason for that is we spend so much of our day ruminating and worrying about our problems. We really do. Huge tracks. And in our minds, we envisage that we're taking those problems forward, we're resolving them. But actually, if you start to look at your mental behaviour during problem solving, you go round and round the same potential solutions loads and loads of times, like a dog worrying over an old bone. It doesn't get you anywhere. Meditation starts to teach you to notice that mental behaviour because you're drawing back from it at all time and seeing it. And because of that, you discover actually more time in your day just to be, not to worry or, try and problem solve. Yes, we do have to solve problems in our lives, but we don't have to do it all the time. I know people that they're very, very busy and they've got into that rut of solving one problem after the other, and they solve another problem, then they go looking for another one. Oh, that could go wrong, or that could go wrong. I better sort that out. I better jump on that. And they're doing this all the time. And I get the argument, well, if you sort these things out, they're not going to happen. But something else will. That's the gig. I'm not saying just give up and sit on your cushion all the time. Yes, we have to plan. We've got to have a plan. Otherwise, we wouldn't even get out of bed in the morning. Wouldn't get our jobs done. But it's a balance. And the more mindful you become and the more you'll be able to spot your own mental behaviours, the more time you will have. This is why day in, day out, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, if that's all you've got, do your meditation. Brush your teeth. Find the time to do it. Find the best time. Okay, we're going to do our second meditation now, the classic mindfulness of breathing. I'll be right back. Settling down into your seat again, relaxing into the seat. Again, gently close the eyes and let the gaze come downcast as if you're looking below the horizon. Just take that moment to settle in, tune in, experience the world around you through perhaps the sense of hearing. But you just let the sounds come. Don't try and figure out what they are. Just listen. And again, just settle that gentle intent in the mind that for this short time, this is our time, we stay with the practice. Pure awareness. So we're going to do the mindfulness of breathing, but first of all, before we get to the breath, I want you to just tune in to that experience of the whole body sitting in your space, all those sensations you felt in the first meditation, experiencing those again, feeling yourself settling into the seat. That beautiful place, a pure awareness, right in this moment, nothing else is needed. Notice, even though thoughts aren't coming into the mind may be wandering around and jumping from competing sensations to the next. So it tends to perhaps dart around the body, perhaps to experiencing the outside world. That's okay. Just sit here, noticing that mental behaviour. That's fine, that's what the mind does. Just smile at that behaviour. But primarily, just this sense of awareness, this sense of being through our senses, just experiencing. Again, we feel the earth underneath us. It's huge stillness. Enjoy that. We take it so for granted, but it's beautiful to rediscover that connection with the earth through the seat. It's there all the time. So sitting here, settling down, we start to notice the body breathing. You see how it breathes. You feel the rib cage rising and falling. Don't think about it. The mind, if you're scientifically minded, might start to try and identify the body, the bits of it. Let that go. Just feel the body breathing, probably in the chest area first. And don't be tempted to adjust the breath. Let the breath be exactly as it wants to be. Let the body breathe exactly as it needs to, whether that's slow or fast. Just notice and watch. This brings a source of focus to the mind. You can notice the constituent parts of the in-breath and the out-breath, and the gap between them. Is there actually a gap? Go in and have a look. But don't think about it. Just experience. Next, you might become aware of the full path of the breath, so you feel it, perhaps entering the nose, gently striking the back of the throat, working down through the chest. And then it seems to kind of gather and coil in the belly. And then it uncoils and travels back out. Maybe now the temperature's different. So just feel that and experience it. During the body scan, we became aware of sensations right through the body. So we can now start to really experience how the whole body breathes. Take your awareness back into your hands, but still with awareness of the breath. Tune in to those tiny little sensations you felt inside and out on the surface of the skin. And as you gently breathe, notice how they change with the in-breath and the out-breath. It's almost like a wave of energy goes through the body when we breathe. Just feel that. Again, don't think about it, don't wonder what's going on or why that happens. We're here just to experience. In the same way, we can work in the feet. We can feel the breathing process, the body breathing affecting those sensations in the feet. If you can't feel these things, don't worry. Remember here, the purpose is not to feel lots of sensation. The purpose is to start to drive the mind to a place of pure awareness, So the fact that you're striving to feel these things is what matters. Developing that habit in the mind of just sitting with awareness. In many ways, the development of that intent is more important than the actual feeling of the sensations. But in this way, slowly we become aware of the whole body breathing. Try to feel every single cell in your body breathing. Just sitting with pure awareness, in mind the awareness focused on the breath. Or rather, focused on the body breathing. The breath is just air, passes in and out. We're interested here in the experience of us. What's going on as we gently breathe? We can gently finish our meditation by starting to become aware of our surroundings again. We can settle a gentle intent in the mind that we're going to take this practice forward. Try to find a little time each day to just sit in pure awareness. Like ripples in a pond, we make a difference. Om Mani Padme Hum. Samantha, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of it and made sense, and all of you listening out there. It's been lovely to sit with you. I hope you have a great week. Take care and bye for now.